Hi, everybody. Troy and Steve coming at you today in the middle of November, where I woke up the other day and I usually walk the dog every morning, and Julie goes, "Are you gonna walk the dog today?" And I'm like, "Why wouldn't I?" She goes, "It's 23 degrees outside." So no, I did not, but I'm excited about November. It's one of my favorite months.
I personally, I love the fall. The fall is my favorite season of the year. And I love the trees and the
Hmm.
leaves changing. I love the cold weather changing. I love hunting season. I love fires. There's a lot to love
There is.
about this time of year. And what's not necessary to love is all the triggers that
Right.
come with traveling and the holidays. You've got Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas, you've got New Year's,
Yeah.
you got traveling, and there are lots of triggers.
I can think of quite a few right now that even as I've thought about the holidays, I even had this conversation with Julie the other day. I mentioned something about Thanksgiving, and my mind went to past Thanksgiving, and I started getting triggered. But now I know what to do with those.
Right.
But still, I know exactly what everybody's feeling. And it's not just guys who've been in the Trek program. We all have these situations at the holidays. And this is our entire Hope Quest family. We all go through this stuff.
Absolutely. And the reality is the holidays bring these extra triggers. So, like for me, for example, I love my family. I love my parents. I have the most awesome parents in the world. But there's some triggers there when I get around family, especially when I'm not around them all the time. Traveling is a trigger for me. Being I'm a creature of habit. I like my routine. I like what I do each morning. I like the spot I sit and connect with God, and all that kind of goes away when you travel.
Right.
And then for me, traveling also brings all sorts of temptations in the food arena because typically in Texas is where I travel to
Right.
for the holidays,
Right.
and so I've got my mom and the favorite things that she cooks, and
Can't
and
say no to mom's home cooking.
Melissa's mom,
Can't say
and
no to Melissa's home.
all my favorite
Nope.
restaurants and such. So there's a lot of stuff that bombards me at this time of year that just triggers me, and so that's going to be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, it certainly can. I know I'd struggle with that too.
So I think one thing that would be helpful for all of us to remind ourselves of as we roll into the holidays is what are the things that we can do to, in a healthy way, deal with our triggers. And so let's play a little game here. We'll go back and forth. And so I'm first. And so the thing I'm going to throw out there is to stay connected. Have your buddies on speed dial. Make sure guys know, hey, I'm going to be at such and such a place, and it's going to be a challenge for me, and your buddies know that. And so staying connected, being intentional, reaching out to your accountability partners and your friends, just so that you know you've got someone to talk to and you've got the opportunity to stay connected. So what about you? What's yours?
As I thought about it, and I learned this from you and Melissa, it's like I'm responsible for my triggers.
Wow.
So I've already kind of walked through one with Julia kind of ahead of time going, okay, I kind of know how this is going to play out. So let me prepare ahead of time, and how can I manage that myself? And I may need to step away, step outside, just grab a breath of fresh air, kind of regroup, process, disconnect that trigger from the emotional knee-jerk reaction so I can be present.
Well, and part of what I hear you saying there is you're being proactive, you're anticipating, you're planning. And that's so smart. It's amazing to me how often triggers sneak up on us.
Right.
And what you're reminding us to do is be proactive, plan ahead, anticipate things that may trigger you. And that's awesome, Steve. I love that. And I'll throw out one more that's kind of along those same lines. And that is as we're being proactive and we're planning ahead, we're making sure that we have. The Bible says that we will never be tempted beyond what we can bear, but there'll always be a way of escape.
Even at the Thanksgiving dinner table,
There's
with the turkey
always a
and
way
cranberry
of
sauce?
escape. There's always a way of escape.
Right.
So here's the thing, though.
I've never found that one.
Well, you know why? I'm fixing to tell you why.
Okay, cool.
It's because you're not looking for it.
Oh, that's true. I'm looking at the pumpkin
That's
pie
correct.
and
That's
thinking,
correct.
don't take my big piece there.
So we stay connected.
Okay.
We anticipate and plan ahead.
Yeah.
But then we look for that escape route that God's going to provide. And when we're looking for it, it's so much easier to see it. When I'm focused on the pie, it's so much harder. Or when I'm focused on that thing that my mother just said that triggered me.
Right.
Instead, I've got to focus on the way of escape that God's going to give. He's going to give me a path that I don't have to go down that same predictable old path that I normally go down when I'm triggered. He's going to give me a way of escape so that I can walk past that trigger and be victorious and be what he wants me to be. So there we have it, Steve. We are now prepared for the holidays, for the triggers that are coming. We're gonna stay connected.
Yep.
We're gonna be prepared and proactive.
Yep.
And we are going to look for the way of escape. So now you and I are set for the holidays.
We're set for the holidays, and after Thanksgiving, my natural response goes to I've got a full stomach. I watch football all day. There's even more football on the weekend.
That's correct.
And then Friday is like Black Friday.
That's correct.
What do you got? Any plans for Black Friday?
You know, so here's the thing. We've kind of got this tradition. Me and Melissa and the kids, we actually love Black Friday.
Do you?
We would actually get up like at 2 a.m. and go get in line at Best Buy. Serious.
I did that once.
But it's been ruined.
2 in the
Did you
morning.
realize it's no longer Black Friday?
You can go
it's
on Thursday
now
night.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Forget Thursday night, bro. It's Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
So me and the kids are quite disappointed that we don't get to get up early, but we do have plans.
Okay.
Our TV, we have one TV in our house.
All right.
And that one TV died.
Uh-oh.
And so our goal for this
We're
Black
gonna
Friday
conquer.
/ Black Thursday, which is a Gray Thursday.
I guess
don't
I have
know
no
what you
idea.
roll into. So anyway, but it's a TV.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a nice big TV. And here's the thing, you know, when I think about Black Friday, you know, I get super excited because I don't know if you know this about me, Steve, but I am a compulsive saver.
Really?
I am. It's far better than being a compulsive spender.
Okay.
Okay. Because compulsive spender,
You're-
you're in trouble. You don't have any money. So it benefits me. It's an area. It's one area of my brokenness that
Okay.
is actually a benefit to me.
Nice.
Now I'll be honest with you guys,
Okay.
and what drives my compulsive saving is fear and anxiety that I won't have enough, that I'll need something, and
I understand.
so I kind of save. I even have this tendency to save so much so that it's really, really hard for me traditionally to be generous and to give stuff away and to let go of things and to recognize that it's all God's.
Mhm.
And Melissa has really helped me because Melissa is incredibly generous. And she would give everything away,
Okay.
and then we'd be broke.
So if we want something from Troy Melissa, we go to her.
Melissa is
Okay.
the key, but you know, you have to keep in mind, I've trained her fairly well over the years. But you know, the reality, when I think of Black Friday, and I think about, I get excited about bargains, and I
Sure.
love getting bargains
We all
because that
do.
means I'm saving
Right.
money,
Right.
and such. But something happened several years ago. Have you ever heard of this thing called Giving Tuesday?
I have, as a matter of fact, being in the development world, it's kind of awesome. Speaking of which, before we shift there, when you do go shopping
Mm-hmm.
on Black Friday, if you're going to buy online, one thing I want to give a hot tip to the HopeQuest family is, if you have not already, you can go to your account and sign up under smile.amazon.com.
Okay.
And when you do that, you can select any number of charities. So if you select HopeQuest
Okay.
and you start buying online, which I usually am buying on my phone, bing, bang, boom, which I don't think serves me as well as online because I can't get to the, it has to be smile.amazon.com, and we'll put the link down here at the bottom. But in doing that, every time you purchase something, you help out your favorite
So
charity.
when I'm getting bargains on Black Friday, I can be helping HopeQuest.
If you're buying online,
And so here's another pro tip.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I take my phone with me. So I take this phone
okay,
with me on Black Friday shopping.
okay,
And I've done this the last several years, but I actually compare and I look at what Best Buy has,
Okay.
what Target has, and what Amazon has.
there you go.
And sometimes Best Buy is better, sometimes Target's better, sometimes Amazon's better. So I'm getting the best of the Black Friday deals. And so what you're saying is Amazon Smile, smile.amazon.com.
Exactly.
Link's going to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
Now they've doubled.
That's a super way to help because we're going
I
to
love
buy
it.
anyway,
I love
and
it.
everybody's buying Amazon
That's
to have stuff shipped. Why not help out your
So
favorite
it's a
charity?
way for me to get good deals and be generous at the same time.
Absolutely.
I love
But going back to Giving Tuesday, which this year is December the 3rd.
December the 3rd. Hey,
That's
guess what, Steve?
What? Is that your birthday?
It's real close to my birthday.
It's the 5th, isn't it?
The 5th is my birthday.
December the 5th.
Don't tell anyone it's my birthday. So here's the thing. I did a little research on this Giving Tuesday thing
Okay.
because I'm like, where did this come from?
Right.
Who made this
Right.
up? You know, because we know who made up things like Secretary's Day and Boss's Day.
Right.
It's the greeting card companies
Right.
trying to sell things. So who was did some nonprofit make up Giving Tuesday? So I did a little research, and actually Giving Tuesday started in 2012.
It's very
So
young.
this will be what, the 7th year of Giving Tuesday, and it was started as a movement to create this impetus for charitable giving. And let's see who gets credit for this. I'm trying to see if this little article says Mashable is mentioned. But anyway, here's the history. November 27th, 2012 was the first Giving Tuesday.
Yep.
And somewhere in the neighborhood of $10+ million.
That's pretty good
That's pretty good.
for launching the first time.
I'd take just a small portion of that. Next year, 2013,
Okay.
$28 million.
Wow.
2014,
This has been doubled.
$45 million.
Wow.
2015, watch this, $116 million. 2016, $177 million.
Snowballing.
2018, this is crazy. 2018. Last year, $400 million given.
It started with 10
on
million.
Giving Tuesday, yes.
So in 7 or 8 years, it's gone up like 4,000%.
So here's the thing, I would be fine with even a small sliver of that 400 million. And we're got some exciting things going on. And if folks haven't seen the hashtag Hope 2020, they need to check that out. Hashtag Hope 2020 is a cool deal going on here. But this year, Giving Tuesday, I had a great idea.
And that was?
That was for Hope Quest. Probably the most important thing we do here at Hope Quest. So we are Christ-centered, clinically effective addiction treatment and help. We want to make sure that Jesus is the main thing, but we also recognize that you can't ignore clinical and psychological realities when you're helping people face addiction. So we're one of the few places in the country that puts those two together in a Christ-centered but clinically effective way.
Right.
But we're so committed to the Christ-centered piece. For instance, here we have a campus pastor, full-time. All Pastor B does is look after the spiritual needs of the guys that come in our program. Every single staff member is a follower of Christ that's actively involved in their local church. But another thing that we do, Steve, that a lot of folks don't realize is every single client that comes through Trek receives a Bible. And it's not just any Bible, it's a very nice study Bible that really gives them, it is, leatherbound. You have one.
I have one.
And the reality is we want folks to be able to connect with God, connect with themselves, connect with others. But as a part of that, we want folks to be able to connect with God's Word. So Bibles. And God's Word are super important. So this year, Giving Tuesday, every dime that comes in is going to go towards making sure our clients have Bibles.
Great. I think we need to set a goal.
I love it.
Because when you have something that you're aiming towards, everybody gets excited. Like, man, I helped out Hope Quest get Bibles for clients that can carry us into 2020, our 20th year. Wouldn't that be cool if all the Bibles were provided for the rest of this year and all of next year?
I love it.
How much is that going to be?
If I did everything this year, next year, and all the Bible, let's just $5,000.
$5,000. Okay, so our Hope Quest goal for Giving Tuesday, Bibles for clients, $5,000, all in one day, December the 3rd. We'll have a link down below on the video to please go there. And you know what? What I want to say is, I thought about this today when I was walking the dog. Who do you know? There are people that are friends of yours that may know part of your story, all of your story, or just have a heart for putting Bibles in the hands of folks who have lost their way in their identity with God, and really those Bibles become the most meaningful thing of their entire journey. Who do you know that you could share the video with, or when you get the emails coming out on that day? So we're gonna shoot that out. Early in the morning that day, and just see what God does. Send that to everybody. Put it on Facebook. Share it on Facebook. It'll be on our Facebook page. Click share. Let's get out there. With that thing went viral, we might see something like this happen over the course of the next few years.
$400 million for Bibles.
It took them 8 years to get there, though. But that would be cool.
Steve, and I appreciate you talking about sharing this opportunity for Giving Tuesday with others, because you probably have friends like me who I will literally wake up at 2 in the morning and drive all the way across town to get a good deal because I'm all about saving money. But it is hard for me to be generous. And sometimes I need a reminder to be generous. Sometimes I need a reminder that there's others out there that really would benefit from me being generous with the gifts and the blessing that God's given me. So thanks for reminding me. I'm going to make a gift on Giving Tuesday. And I will save lots of money on Black Friday, and I will do a gift on Giving Tuesday.
And we will mind our P's and Q's at the Thanksgiving dinner table this year because we're prepared for that.
Yes.
Good deal.
Hope Quest family, we are incredibly grateful for you.
Amen.
Don't forget #Hope2020. Don't forget Giving Tuesday. Don't forget to be ready for the holidays, and happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys, and thanks a bunch.
Happy Thanksgiving.